That's all we got going on here. Just testing. Check one, check two.
Check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Wait. No, it's not up there yet.
Hello, viewer.
You got a
Check
viewer?
one, check two.
Why does it take so long for this to come on my page?
I don't
No,
know.
no, there it is. Hey, Denise, how you doing?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking.
You're doing quite well.
I'm doing quite well. Thank you.
I want to thank you for helping me out with this microphone checker. So,
Oh my gosh.
since we're on here, and hold on 1 second, let me turn on the volume. Okay. Okay.
So we getting some viewers just for this
There it
mic
is.
check.
Okay. Nope. Everything is good. How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking.
You're doing quite well.
I'm doing quite well. Thank you.
I want to thank you for helping me out with this microphone. All right. So, since we're on here anyways, and you and I are two African American folks who have actually taken the vaccine, you want to tell people what your experience was with it?
I did take the vaccine. My experience was that going to the location that I went to, everything went rather smoothly. Everything was quick, fast. Everybody was jovial and happy to be getting their vaccine.
Mhm.
And so far, there's been no side effects, no more than a little bit of a sore arm, but not sore where I had to take anything. No more sore than a flu shot or any other type of injection that I've ever had in my life. So I've been fortunate to not have anything to report, actually. And I'm looking forward to completing the series to get my second one, which will be in a few weeks. Mhm.
Do you know which one you had? Which
I had Moderna.
you had Moderna?
I had
Did
Moderna. It was at Mount Olive Church on Pearl Street. So, everything was smooth. The timing, it was right on time. Some people were there for 10, 10:04, 10:08, 10:0 this, 10:0 that. It was just moving smoothly. And there was a lot of people coming in. I would have liked to see more African American people there. However, it was not that way.
Mhm. Who did you see there?
As far as people that we know, or you mean
Well, no. Well, you said you would have liked to see more African American people. So what other people did you see?
it was more Caucasian.
Okay. At
Yeah.
Mount
I
Olive
mean, I
on
could I could count the African Americans on one hand, and some of us had the discussion that there were not more of us African American there, and we were asking the people that were running it if there was no advertisement for the fact that it was being right there in um, our area and on Pearl Street, and that maybe the advertisement could have gone differently to get the word out as far as that location. A
Right.
lot of people could have walked there, because of it being at that location.
Right. That's probably the idea, to have it in the neighborhood where the most affected people are. Do you think I mean, you would think it being in a church that at least the word would get out in the surrounding churches in the
Absolutely.
neighborhood. You don't think
And
you
someone
see
who
that?
worked there did inform me as I was leaving because that conversation was going on. And someone who was there said that the pastor of that church did try to push for more advertisement in the community that surrounded that church, but he was shot down. If that's true or not, I don't know.
Right.
But,
Who would he be
I did
shot
hear,
down by?
I don't know. I didn't
Okay.
ask that many questions because
Right.
I was surprised at what I was told. And it wasn't a thing where after you get your shot you want to hang around, because first of all you got to wait for 15 minutes. So after your 15 minutes you're kind of ready to go.
Mhm.
So it wasn't where we were hanging around for 30 minutes and
Right.
45 minutes having that type of chat. So I don't know.
Okay. I mean, there's
Hmm.
only so many outlets here. You have a local radio station and you have the newspaper.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm. I mean,
So,
maybe go ahead.
so the inner cities, are they more on the newspaper line? And one lady there said it should be flashed across the bottom of the TV screen. She was like,
Right.
everybody should have seen this,
Right.
in that area. But I don't know. But it was a good experience.
Mhm.
It was a good experience. Everybody was friendly, open, and everybody was in the same boat, ready to get their vaccination.
Mhm.
Quick, fast, easy,
So,
organized.
so you would recommend this to everybody?
As far as the
The
vaccine,
vaccination. Yeah.
well, I feel as though, because I had to go by, for my lifestyle, um, and my fears of the variant, um, the different mutations going on.
Mhm.
That's what drove me to this.
Mhm.
I live alone. If I have a problem with with getting COVID-19, there's nobody here in the middle of the night that's going to help me. It's just me.
Right.
So these things, I had to weigh the pros and cons, and I had to do this for me. So my recommendation would be for everyone to do the same. Weigh the pros and cons, get as much factual information as you can, and then make your individual decision for yourself. That
Mhm.
would be what I would say, because I made my individual, you know, decision for myself.
Mhm.
I do have asthma.
Mhm.
It's not bad, but that gives me one leg up on somebody else as far as having a underlying condition. So I'm not playing with that.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you if you had any underlying conditions, but
Hmm.
yeah, you let me know.
Hmm.
Um, so you did mention the variants that you've heard about. Yeah,
Yeah, the different mutations and the variants, I'm very fearful of that, because it almost sounds like no matter what you do or how best you do it, that you can still, get one of these variants and it could do some damage. So I'm not
right,
playing with that.
right. Yeah, I don't think anyone should play with it. I contracted
Absolutely.
this thing in March of and it was just it's a beast of a thing to shake once you get it. It was akin to like having something inside you that was on a search and destroy mission. And if you have any underlying conditions, I mean, I'm not an expert, but I think that's where it gets you, especially when it comes to respiratory things.
Right.
Mhm.
And I remember back at that time, you went live after you recovered, and you were saying that you had said basically what you said on the TV the other day. It was like it was trying to find a weak spot in your body and take you out.
Right.
I remember you going live with that statement. I remember that. Hmm.
You know what I don't understand about so I totally understand the hesitancy of people in our community um being a little bit suspicious of the
A
government
little
and
bit.
yeah, a little bit uh, of the government and the treatments that come out of the government because traditionally I'm just gonna say it point blank, they have never really meant us any good, and they've used us time and time again over generations as guinea pigs and as things to experiment on.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's very difficult to get past that history. But on the other hand, looking into the science of things, we know that these pandemics come along, every generation. Whether it was measles, which people look at measles as this childhood innocuous disease. Measles was killing people by the millions.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
smallpox, polio, then into modern times, MERS, SARS. So when I hear all of these conspiracy, theories going on, which are have some foundation in facts because of how we've been treated, but when locally, when so many people personally that got sick,
Hmm.
deathly ill, and died. Like
Absolutely.
that kind of washes away the whole conspiracy theory part when 7 people that I know personally died from this. This is not a conspiracy anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So, did you know anyone that passed away?
Yes, I've known a handful of people, and some of them suffered, and some of them went quickly. And um, it's just a travesty um, how quick and how hard this thing is moving. Um, I have major issues with that they are dying alone without
Right.
their loved ones by their side, and then that just gets to me. So they can't even um, pass away peacefully in the arms or nearby their loved ones once they go into a hospital. They can't even have that, and that just saddens me severely. So,
Right. How do you deal with Wolf, let me ask you this first. Are you like really isolating?
yes,
Yo.
I've I've grown used to it. I'm okay with it. Um, yes, I go out to stores. Yes, I have been to um, a restaurant recently, and there was like no one in the entire section that I was in.
Mhm.
So, yes, I leave my house, of course,
Yeah.
but I'm not hanging out. I usually go to my jazz concerts down at Southern College this time of year. You know, I'm usually having my little jazz concerts and stuff like that. I'm usually having people over, and that's a wrap. All of that is a wrap.
You know, it one of the byproducts of this thing, I would hope, is that we don't get so used to being isolated and not being able to participate in the things that we used to do, that we forget how much those little things meant. You know, when you get them taken away and stripped away and you can't do them. You know,
Hmm.
we have our concert every year, and we weren't able to do it last year. And I don't know what it looks like for this summer. I'm
Yeah,
thinking about it, but man, just to be out there on that summer night, with the breeze blowing and everybody jam, it's
right.
terrible to have that thing taken away and things
It
like.
is.
Mhm.
But we've taken away um, contact, facial contact. I miss people's faces. And that goes along with the gatherings of whether it be at the concert. You see the smiles on people's faces, the enjoyment through facial features and everything like that. So I don't think people will be so used to isolating that we can't take this moment to appreciate when we do see each other, when we are able to have a concert again, and hopefully that would be this year,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. How tragic is it that, for the most part, people can't be with their loved ones when they pass away.
It's
And you
That's a
can't even,
tragedy. That's a tragedy.
on top of which, after, you can't even grieve with people,
No.
in the way that you're used to doing. And then we're expected to just, okay, go back to life, go back to the drudgery, and wait for the next one. That's my
Well,
feeling.
and then on top of that, the next one will be, right after the last one. They're coming quickly. It's too
Yeah.
much. And so many
I'm not
people are having emotional difficulties during this time as well. Hmm.
I'm not good with funerals these days. I don't want to do them. I don't know if it's ever, well, I have to work. A lot of times it's very difficult for me to get up, especially when people are passing away so rapidly. But I plain don't want to do them anymore. Like
Yeah.
how are we as human beings supposed to keep managing those feelings? And it's a snowball effect to me.
Hmm.
Like I'm not processing it well. I don't know how it
Well,
looks
you're not alone. A lot of people are not processing it well. I As far as funerals, I only do relatives,
Mhm.
and the last service I went to, I did not go to the church. I went to the cemetery and, congregated, there as opposed to going to the church service. But,
Mhm.
you know, it's just all too much. And I don't know how much more we all can take, but we have to. band together emotionally somehow, and whether it
Right.
be like you said, possibly a concert this year or whatever, and coming together when we'll be able to be outside a little bit more. That
Mhm.
might help.
Wouldn't you
I
think
I
that?
don't have answers to
Yeah,
this. I
yeah,
know that.
me neither. Wouldn't you think that going through something like this in a community this small and close knit would draw people closer together?
I would think. I would think because we're all in the same boat when it comes to this.
Mhm,
We're all um, in an emotional rut. We're all in need of um, other human contact and not just isolation. We're all in need of that. So,
mhm. Are
so
you
we're all in the same boat.
are you seeing it that way though? I mean, from your viewpoint, like I don't. I will say this. It seems like everybody in their own way is kind of pitching in to help the next person. And especially different groups and organizations. I really am kind of impressed with, how this city has come together because it's been a long haul. It's not a lot of times when you have a tragedy, a tornado or a hurricane or something, there's a big outpouring and everybody comes and rushes to it. But it,
Mhm.
it, it doesn't require sustained effort. This has required a very difficult physical and emotional sustained effort. And I have good hopes that maybe coming out of this, hopefully we're a little closer together. I hope that would be what would happen.
Well, I would hope so. I would hope so. I would hope that people would recognize that we all are going through this and will continue to go through this forward together. And people are in the same boat. No, nobody's better than another person. You can't look
Mhm,
down on someone else. Everybody needs to help each other through this.
mhm.
Hmm.
Mm. I something's going on with your video there.
What's that?
I don't know. It's I can't see
Look,
you right now.
you can't see my video.
No. It may be because of the technology that you're using. But listen, we can get out of here. I thank you for helping me out with. Oh, there you go. What'd you do?
I did nothing. I did nothing. This was just a testing, 1, 2, 3 testing. No, but I didn't do anything, so I
Okay.
don't know what happened.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything to this idea um that we are African Americans are being not purposely targeted by the virus, but by lack of access to healthcare in general. And this always exacerbates anything that happens in our community. It's always worse for us.
I actually believe that we are damned if we do and damned if we don't as African Americans, because I do think that we, because of our past, are not going to run out to try some things that are available to us, such as the vaccine, because of our past. And I felt that way myself.
Mhm.
However, that's how we will eliminate ourselves as far as getting help and then getting better through this.
Right.
Um, so that's on us, in my opinion. We make our decisions however we see fit
Mhm.
for ourselves, but we just have to get our proper information is what we have to get.
Right. And there's so much information out there. A good deal of it is disinformation. Where did you go? How did you figure out where to get the best information for your decision?
What I did was I just followed up on whatever I could read, hear, whether it be news, whether it be newspaper articles, whether it be Google. I did all of that.
Mhm.
So by the way, I don't know if on your end my video is still on, but on my end everything is frozen.
Yeah, no, I can't. We can hear you just fine. That's why I
Okay,
kept going. Yep.
okay. So yes, I just kept informed by news articles as much as I could, as well as checking into things on my own.
Mhm.
And like I said, I had to weigh the pros and cons pertaining to my living arrangements and my health situation,
Mm,
which is not bad. I'm pretty darn healthy, but
yeah,
you know, nothing for me to be playing around with.
yeah.
So between I was more keen on information on health issues, age issues as well, and I just kind of pieced it all together for myself.
We're going pretty good for our age.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Uh,
I agree.
I ain't throwing no numbers out there on nobody, but we're going pretty good for our age. Hey, listen, we're on the latest technology, laughing, having a good time in the middle of some struggles. So I
Yeah,
mean, God is good. It can always be worse.
absolutely.
Yeah. And we need to do this more often. You're a very good guest, very informative person, very thoughtful person. Always been.
Thank you.
You always
Thank
been.
you.
You always been. You I think you hold a lot of stuff in. You're very quiet, but you have quite a bit to say and quite a bit to offer. So
We don't want to pop the whole cork.
all right.
That
We'll
would be
leave.
scary to some people. We can't do that. For me to say everything I want to say or think.
Really?
We can't do that.
You got the mic right now.
No, 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 no,
No. All right.
no.
We gotta leave it on COVID.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it on COVID. All the other stuff would be some backyard under the canopy and watching the bird kind of stuff. So all my friends could be out there.
Okay. Yeah, there's a time and place for everything.
Right, right.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna let you go,
All
and
right.
thanks for helping me out. I got a camera issue here, so once we get off, I'm gonna work on that. Are you still
I,
using your cell phone?
I am. I am.
All right, it's not the best platform for the cell
Yeah,
phone.
maybe not because, like I said, I see here where it says, maybe a desktop would be better, and I don't know.
All right, maybe I hit you back with another link on your desktop.
All right then. All right. Thank you so much.
Listen, Denise, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care now.
Bye.